The myth of the lost decade for stocks. The stock market is often seen as a risky investment, and there is a common myth that the stock market will always go down in the long run. This myth is often referred to as the lost decade for stocks. The term lost decade refers to a 10-year period from 1999 to 2009 when the S&P 500 index had a negative total return of 9.1%. This was the only time since the Great Depression that the stock market had negative returns over a decade. However, it is important to note that the lost decade was an anomaly. Over the long term, the stock market has historically generated positive returns. For example, the S&P 500 has returned on average 10% per year since its inception in 1926. There are a number of reasons why the stock market has historically gone up in the long run. These include the growth of the US economy. As the economy grows, companies become more profitable and their stock prices tend to rise. The other one is inflation. Inflation erodes the purchasing power of money over time. This means that if you invest your money in a savings account, you will end up with less money in real terms than you started with. And when the public realizes this, there's a good chance that they will place their money in stocks and shares. As such, that will also drive up the market. We saw that during the pandemic when there was a lot of time on the hands of individuals, and they spent the money, their savings, and also the funds they got from the US federal government in the stock market. Dividends, that's another one. Many companies pay dividends to their shareholders. Dividends are a share of the company's profits that are distributed to shareholders. Dividends can provide a steady stream of income for investors. The stock market is not without risk. It is a proven way to grow your wealth over the long term. If you're willing to invest for the long term, you can expect to see positive returns from the stock market. If you're thinking about investing in the stock market, it is important to do your research and understand the risks involved. However, if you are willing to invest for the long term and you are comfortable with some risk, the stock market will definitely deliver much of those returns. If you're comfortable with some of the risk, the stock market can be a valuable tool for growing your wealth.